Just imagine a story of tomorrow where we, as a world community, ended poverty and hunger in less than 18 months. I'm not going to entertain you. I'm going to tell you a story of tomorrow. This is the story of Amina Mwele. Amina Mwele is Bantu language, and it means like having hope or having the capacity to change the world. Amina Mwele is a 41-year-old single-parent mother living in the suburban area of a big metropole in sub-Sahara city. Her husband died 2 years ago during civil war, after which she entered poverty with her 5 children. Sometimes she gets food and other assistance through international governmental organizations, but this mechanism of charity is an unreliable source of income. You know, economists calculated that it would take to eradicate poverty globally a growth trajectory of 15% every year to reach the 2.50 per capita per day. And depending on the definition of poverty, up to 48% of the people on this planet are still poor. And the proportion of these poor people with regard to their consumption pattern makes only 3% of the global consumption. And despite the fact that poverty declined over the last 3 decades, the poverty rate in sub-Sahara countries remains the same since 1970s, where 380 million Africans are affected, and over 600 Africans in total do not have access to power or energy. Some 18 months ago, the situation changed. Amina Mwele got a package from the UN with a solar panel and a cell phone in there. And ever since, she's able to purchase whatever she needs for her family. And parts of the program is that she is identified through a barcode on her cell phone every time she's entering the marketplace. And in doing so, automatically $2.50 are uploaded to her cell phone. And in contrast to her conventional money operating in her country, these coins come in a different way, allowing her to buy things like clothes, food, or school books, but not alcohol, guns, or drugs. And these specific coins, these specific additional fundings are running electronic form only and running through new distributive ledger technology, basically blockchain. The shop owner who accepts these additional coins can use the coins to pay taxes, to pay wages of the employees, or going shopping himself. And the tax authorities can use these additional tax revenues to invest into local public goods like kindergarten, schooling, hospitals, or educational programs. This is technically a closed loop, where the additional liquidity generated in the region steers the entire city towards a sustainable future. Meanwhile, Amina Mwele's solar panel is generating enough power for the lighting in the evening and for her stove. In fact, as the sun is shining 10 hours every day, she can use the surplus and sell it to the local power grid. And these additional revenues in green coins she can use to pay the fees for the schooling of her kids and boosting the local economy. Through a special agreement called Advanced Commitment Strategy, the public and the private sector is generating a safe environment so business can sell their goods and services. On top of this, economy gets stronger and the price level stabilized as corruption declined and income spread reduced, and the overall cost for environmental burden reduced as well. In fact, authorities and locals called it a nationwide inclusive growth program, where central banks, local authorities, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Ministry of Finance are working together in concert under the guidance of a UN initiative. And it's not about redistributing money through fees and taxes and charity and philanthropy, but rather creating a dual system running the blockchain technology, enabling and earmarked to finance global common goods. And this is just in line with what we signed in on the 15th of September in New York, just 1,000 days ago, as a global community, our SDGs, our Sustainability Development Goals. Amina's consciousness changed. You know, in the first place, she thought, why two systems? But she soon realized that having two systems is much more safe, much less risky. It's like putting all eggs in one basket. Having two baskets, it's more and better balancing it out. And this is not only true for the money system, this is also true for a lot of other things. Amina Mwele has still a long way to go, but she's now living with her family above the threshold of absolute poverty. The kids are attending school regularly, and she considers to do business herself. And this was possible only because we started to shift our mindset from linear analytical thinking to parallel thinking, from a monetary monoculture to a dual system. It's like riding a bike with two wheels instead of one. Just imagine a story of tomorrow where we, as a world community, ended poverty and hunger in less than 18 months. Thank you very much.